Hey everybody, how are we today? Massive day, actually. Kids back at school. Here I am, just me and my pets at home, enjoying the peace. But it's an interesting time. I wasn't sure how the kids were going to go this morning. Okay, dog coming in to join us. So I thought I would share with you guys today. It's Fun Day Monday in the world of Go To Girl. And on Mondays, I do an activity or a challenge to help you have more fun. I know a lot of people will have mixed emotions today. Hubby went back to work. There's a lot of emotions there, or a lot of change for people going back into the workplace. But I thought I would share with you an activity that we did over lockdown, which I call You Are the CEO of Your Own Pie. That will make sense after my story. Hey, Catherine, good to see you. So comment and let me know how you are feeling. I'm feeling pretty good about things. I did consider keeping two of my kids home because they do go to bigger schools and I didn't want them taking the bus, but we did the carpool thing and they went, and we'll see how they go. Okay, so let's get into the story. So during lockdown, as you know, we went out for the occasional walk, every day, exercising. And now and then I would take my kids up to the bakery. And we went one time and Ruby got what she wanted and Xavier got what he wanted. And we got home and Jonah bit into his pie, which was supposed to be butter chicken. And it was a mince pie. And Jonah being Jonah, he did, he was really upset about it, but he moved on. He moved on. But he was kind of like, oh, it's a bad day. And I'm like, dude, you can't let a pie ruin your day. Anyway, so I said, you know what? We'll go back tomorrow and we'll get your butter chicken pie. So we went back the next day and we went earlier. So we didn't go at lunchtime. We went at like morning tea. And she was like, no, we don't have butter chicken. We do have this other steak, whatever. And anyway, we ended up not getting that pie. And we walked away and I said, Jonah, you don't always get what you want, but you know what? You can choose your attitude. You can choose how you respond. You know what, Jonah? You are. And he goes, I know, Mom. I'm the CEO of my own life, because he knows. And you guys know that I say that all the time. And I said, yes, you're right. You are the CEO of your own life and you are the CEO of your own pie. And ironically, the activity that I did with my kids and my husband actually does look like a pie. So I'm going to walk you guys through that today. But what I mean by that, and some of you might think, well, I'm not the CEO of my own life. I don't own my own business. Well, you don't have to, but you do own your own mind. And so I think we do now, we're thinking more and more about how we spend our money. A lot of people have been more money aware. But I think going now into this new phase of life where to a certain extent we are creating our new normal, I also want people to think about, and myself, to think about how am I spending my time, valuable and valuable energy, and who are you giving that to? Who are you sharing space with? I mean, we're thinking about that way more than we ever have before, but also the time and energy piece way more than before. And I think that's not a bad thing. I'm all about empowered choices. So being intentional about what you do rather than just doing what you've always done. Catherine, as you know, I don't have kids. I can understand parents feeling nervous for sure. Yes. I'm sitting back to see what happens in the next couple of weeks before she goes out and about. I agree. Catherine, my response when all the schools were like, yes, come on back on Monday. I thought they would stagger it. I thought they might do 3 days for this age and 2 days for that age or something, but it seems a little bit zero to hero for me, even though I feel safe. I've got my oils, good mindset, very healthy. I still think it's very one extreme to the other. So, yeah, I agree. My kids' bubble is expanding, but my bubble is staying pretty small intentionally for the moment. So again, another empowered choice. So let's walk through the activity that I did with them. And then I'm going to show you, I've got a few examples from when we actually did it. So what I said to the kids after dinner, and Matt, I gave them all a pen and paper, and I said, okay, I want you guys to draw. So if you're with me now and you've got a pen and paper, pause this if you're watching the replay. Grab a pen and paper. It would be super cool to do it with me on the spot, but I will walk you through it. And if you can do it today, it's going to be hopefully a very good activity. So I'll get you to do a circle on your page. So it's going to look like this, like a circle on your page. Okay, the next step is to do a circle outside that circle, and I'll show you what that looks like. So you basically have a skinny donut. Okay, so big circle and then another circle around it like this, okay? Next, what I'm gonna get you to do is do a line down the middle and then a line across and then another line across, and then we're gonna stop. So there we go. It's like the Avengers shield or whatever. A pizza, you can call it what you want, but we're going to call it, you are the CEO of your own pie. And this is where this makes sense. So then what I said to them, what I want you to do is I want you to write in the skinny bit the name of how you spend your time going into this new life that we're going into in a few days, which is starting now. How do you want to spend your time? Not what you did before, hip hop and cheerleading, whatever, but like, how do you want to spend your time? And so, and obviously the bigger pieces of pie are going to be how you are going to spend most of your time. So the kids did things like they wrote school in one of the big ones. And then Ruby, who does cheerleading, she wrote cheer in the other big one, because that is how she spends most of her time, and that's how it's going to be. And then you go and you fill in the other ones. It might be family time, it might be couple time, it might be time with friends. So Catherine, I know you're watching, you might go like business networking or business connections, time on your actual business, time with hubby, etc. Time for yourself, right? Me time. So go ahead and fill this in according to your own life. So how do you actually want to be spending your time? And so, for example, I can show you mine later on, but so I've got a couple of businesses. So I might go, okay, doTERRA in this pie here, my go-to girl stuff in that pie. Well, no, that would be smaller. My go-to girl stuff over here, and then family over here in this other big one, business connections, friends, a little bit of me time, a little bit, tiny bit of couple time. So it would look like that. Of course, you can add more pieces of the pie if you want, but this is basically your starting template. So you add those around the outside. So I got them to do that. Then I said in the middle, the toppings on the pizza or whatever, in the pie here and the interior is what I want you to write is what you love about that thing. Right? So it's not like, what does that entail? It's not the details, but it's what you love about it. So I was intrigued to see this because, let's take hubby's one, for example. I'm sure you won't mind. So he did his here, and it was like swimming, housework, cooking, running, his podcast, and his work. I didn't feature, neither did the kids. Okay. But anyway, the point is, I wanted to see what it is that he actually loved about how he's spending his time. And that's the interesting thing, is when people really start honing in on, like, why do I love that thing? And it's like freedom, exertion, creativity, etc. Okay. So let's take Jonah's, for example. So here's Jonah's, and he did his school. He had phone, flow, which is parkour, social, NYTC, which is the drama that he does, and family. And then they fill it in with what they love about that. So with the social, it was like sleepovers and hangouts and play dates, for example. But it was really cool because it was very unguided, meaning I just told them like what, how to do it, but I didn't tell them what to put, what categories to choose or anything like that. And then what we did is we had them each like present. So basically we did this for, 5 or so minutes, and then they each had to talk us through it. Like, okay, so Ruby would get up and she would tell us, friends, family, school, cheerleading, device, etc. And then she would talk us through. So that was pretty cool. Maybe here's Xavier. He loves cooking. So he put cook, school, piano, Lego, and having fun. So that's pretty cool. So it's all about loving what you do. And if you guys watched my live stream that I did a few weeks back, the theme was keeping the love alive that week. The theme was keeping the love alive. Well, this week, the theme is mindfulness and self-love. And I'm actually doing that with my amazing guests tomorrow on my live stream. We're going to be doing that. And then on Thursday with my guests, we're looking at tweaking or pivoting your life and business in this new normal that you're creating. So this is kind of the fusion. This activity really spans a few of those themes, but it's really coming back to intention, going, hang on a second, do we have to lapse back into what it was like before? Or are we actually able to recreate what we want our lives to look like? And I know a friend of mine, she said, oh, my husband is definitely not going back 5 days a week. He's like, he realizes how much time he spends, not just transporting himself, to and fro, but in meetings and in between chit chat. She's like, he's definitely stopped going down to 4 days. He really liked being at home. So I'd love to know, what did you or your partners think about being at home, and are they actually shifting what they, the way that they're working going forward? Yay, my husband is joining us. I hope it's okay that I'm showing your pie. Joe, great idea. What if a chunk is school and they don't like it, but they have to go? Well, you know what, Joe, I love that you asked that, because you know how I talk a lot about doing what you want. Well, if we don't see in the very close periphery here. They're like, I don't want to go to school. We have to look bigger, like the bigger intention. It's like, okay, well, let's look bigger. You know, what else do you want to do, be, and have in your life? And your kid might go, well, let's look, I'll use Jonah as an example because I don't know what your kids like doing. But, you know, Jonah would be like, I love digital animation. Like I probably want to get into film. And we'd be like, awesome. So maybe you'll be in Auckland or Wellington, and maybe you'll be studying film. Who knows? Well, so to do that, let's think about what kind of skills you need. You know, oh, well, I probably need to learn, you know, tech, soft tech, hard tech, whatever. Oh, do you do that at RI? Yeah, we do. Okay, great. So what you do is you go bigger with the intention. Like, where do you want to go destination wise? And then we bring it in. Well, just doing this thing here, going to school, you get you 1 or 2 steps closer to where you actually want to go. Like, is there actually synergy? Is that a pathway? And then we go, well, yeah, I guess so. Okay, so you want to do that greater goal. So I totally get intellectually that you don't want to go to school, but like, do you see how it heads you towards like your actual destination? Yeah, okay, cool. So do you feel like you can be the CEO of your own pie and be the CEO of your own mind and just tweak your mindset to see that pathway, even though you don't love all the things about going to school, you know? So it's almost like you actually have to like shift your mindset. And I do that too. You know, it's like, do I want to drive out to cheerleading at 9 at night and pick my daughter up? No, I'd rather just watch Netflix or whatever. Okay, great. But do I want her to do cheerleading? Does she love it? Does she grow? Does she love the sisterhood and the camaraderie and the physical challenge? Yes. Do I want her to do that? Yes. Do I actually want to go pick her up? Well, yeah, you know, yes. So what I've done is I've just put the bigger picture in mind instead of looking at the immediate thing, which maybe doesn't look so attractive. I hope that helps. So that's an activity. It's not like a mind hack, but it's a mindset shift. Catherine, yes, I'm definitely looking at how I'll be spending my time in the future. Surprisingly, I've loved being at home more. Same. I mean, hey, I spend most of my time at home. I'm very comfortable here, but I've enjoyed it. I've actually loved having the kids home. Normally in summer, I go cray-cray with them and people around all the time, but I actually loved it. They do need to have a bigger picture. And when I say bigger picture, Joe, I don't mean they need to know what they want to be when they grow up. Not at all. Even if they're like in year 12, I don't think they need to know. Personally, we are moving into a multi-gig economy more than ever before. So people don't need to know where they're going, I think. They just need to actually do what fills their cup, play in their strengths, which you've probably heard me talk about before, making sure that what they're doing is in their area of genius. Yes, they want to grow and expand and challenge themselves, but they don't need to do and be everything to every person. They really, I think, really need to figure out, what do I love doing? What am I awesome at? How can I hone that skill and be even better? And how can I be open to opportunities and new skills and strengths that arise rather than making a choice and following that path like people used to do back in the day? Those days are gone. We live in a fluid time. We live in a multi-gig economy where I think having multiple things on the go, multiple revenue streams like I've done and like you're doing, Joe, is really, really super smart personally. Yes, thank you, Steph. Great exercise, how you took the problem like school and turned it around into a bigger picture. Thank you so much, my darling. So this is mine. I know you can't read it. It says, love what you do. So I'm all about staying in the zone of love, as you know. That's why I have tweaked and pivoted my business over the years, which, again, we'll talk about a little bit more in the live stream. I'm super pumped. I'm going to be having one of my friends from Canada on the live stream. He's like a marketing expert in Canada. So exciting. It's like 9:30 at night for him. And Natalie Toloff as well, and Kath Vincent, they're coming in on Thursday. And then on Tuesday, we have Sarah Menlove, who is all about body love. We've got Kamni, and also Brian Burning Man coming in. So mindfulness and self-love. It's going to be amazing. So some of you guys might put, you know, self-love, self-care time on yours. What did I put? I put self-time, and I said reading, bath, and recharge. So I put time with Matt for connection and conversation, self-time, biz with my business, money, impact, connecting, learning, house stuff, vacuuming, making the house stylish and warm and awesome. I actually do like vacuuming because I like the result side of it. I love that it's impact driven, and there you go. Time with friends, fun, conversation, connection. Time with kids, fun, games, and memories. So that's my overall life one. Now, what I'm doing for those of you, for the people that are in my Amplify membership, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and do a totally separate Facebook Live into my membership group, which, by the way, you guys are welcome to join if you are a business owner or a speaker or an author, or you just want to learn better skills for presenting online, like we're doing right now, presenting online or on TV or on radio or in the media or on stage or doing workshops in life, in person, or just connecting with people at events. That is what I'm all about, and it's my Amplify membership, and it's super awesome because every week I do a video for those ladies and men in there, and we do a Zoom call twice a month, which is super cool, in person. So this week, what I'm going to do with them is I'm going to get them to do this. I'm going to get them to do it for themselves and their life, but they're going to do another one for their business. And I'm going to say the only things on here, this is not your business to-do list. The only things that are allowed to go on here are your income-producing activities. And I'm going to really get them to take a good hard look at where they're spending their time and their energy. Is it creating the results and the income that they want, and how we can do that a little bit better? So it's not always about speaking, because it's about the big picture of what you're trying to achieve. Yay, Julian. Awesome. So exciting. Great. So you guys, I want to leave you now. I would love to see how you go with this activity. Remember, you are the CEO. Yeah, I know, right? I know, Mom, of my own life. Yes, you are the CEO of your own life. Whether you're in business or not, you are. And you are the CEO of your own pie. So please go ahead and draw your pie and comment below. You can even take a photo if you're keen and pop it in the comments. I would love to see it. I will put the link if anyone's keen to jump in the Amplify group. It's a monthly thing. You can stay as long as you want. Most people jump in. Well, I'd say half the people are in monthly, which is $99 a month. And the other half probably just jumped in for 3 months. So you save $44. And then they also do a 30-minute one-on-one with me, which is so fun because I get to dive into their business and give them on-the-spot feedback, which is super cool. Yay, Brian, thank you for joining us. Awesome. All right, you guys, we will see you later. I can't wait to see what you come up with for your pie and how you want it to be. What is your new normal? It's up to you. See you later. Until next time, guys, remember to up your brave, say what you want, and make it happen.